Well, hey everyone, this is Grace at GB Maltese. It's been so long since I've done a video, I don't even know who I am. Let's try that again. Hey everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and it's been quite a while since I've done a video. And I'm going to talk about a few things that have been going on. The first I want to talk about is this sweet baby of mine. This is Ginger, and I lost her on December 16th. She was 9 days away from being 15 years old, and it just crushed me. Her birthday would have been this past Christmas, but she didn't make it to that day. She'd been doing really well. She'd been living with congestive heart failure for about 2.5 years, and she was doing well. The last few months she'd gotten to where she couldn't go walking like she used to. We would carry her most of the time, but she loved it. She loved life. She was eating, and I tell you what, she wanted her treats all the time. I'd be talking on the phone to someone, and she'd just whoop, 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 letting you know she wanted something. And we found her passed in her little bed in the morning, December 16th. It was about 6 in the morning. She was still warm, so it hadn't been long. And the thing that I think kills me the most is that I wasn't there to hold her. But I held her. I let her, my other two dogs, sniff her and say their goodbyes to her. And then my husband, we have an area on our property. We have a large area, a lot of property. And we have like a cemetery for our pets. And we buried her there. But I miss her so much. She is the last dog I had. I had bought her I got her about 2 months before my mom passed away. So she was the last dog I owned that knew my mom, I guess you could say. So that's been a very, very tough, it's been a tough time not having her around. So I'm going to show you things I have been working on. I've had so much hand pain lately, and I've been wearing this. It stabilizes my thumb. The last day or two, I haven't had to wear it when I diamond paint. So I've got it here just in case it starts hurting me. But this is what I'm working on. This is a Bella Art diamond painting. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at this. I've worked all the way up into there. Got this little section here, and I've got this part over here to do. But look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. I love this. The last video I did was an unboxing of this and 2 other Bella Art paintings. If you want to go back and check those out. I did finish the one with the crochet, and I'll show that in a different video. I would like to frame it for my craft room because I do like to crochet also. I haven't been able to do that for quite some time because of my hand also. But isn't this gorgeous? Several of you were saying how much you like this one. This right here is just beautiful. Look at that. This is, as you can see, they are rounds. I think this one only comes in rounds, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it does. But you can see the rounds are gorgeous on this. It shows everything. Look at her. Look at them. They're beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay. Now, I was talking to you a little bit. I'm going to start working on this. Oh, there's another thing I want to show you. Okay, I love using Elizabeth Ward trays. They are what I pretty much use to kit up in. And if I don't have enough spaces to kit up, I use I pull a couple of the Craft Mates out and use them. But I bought a couple of more so I can kit up more than, a kit that has a whole bunch of drills. I'll be able to do it into 2. But I purchased this from Bella Art de Nicole. It's a funnel, and this is made especially for the Elizabeth Ward kits. And I kitted the whole thing up using this. I'm going to show you how I use it while I'm working on it. I just finished up using this color, and it fits every size into this funnel. And you just pour it in. Just easy, goes in there, no problems. I pull it out, close it up, and put it away. And that's it. I love this. So while I'm diamond painting, I'll stick the one I'm working on in here, so I can pull it out if I forgot. What was the symbol again? This is absolutely great. They have these for the TikTok containers. They have them for baggies. They have them for a lot of stuff. So go check that out. This is a purchase that I've made that I'm so happy. Yes, I did purchase this, and I thought, I'm going to get pink. Look how it goes with this. Isn't that pretty? And I've been using it now for about a month. I love it. Just love it. Works beautifully. So, my pen is trying to run away from me. I'll put that out of the way. Okay, let me move some things around here. There has been so much going on that has kept me from being able to feel like I could do a video. And I'm going to tell you something. When you go for a while without making a video, it's very hard to get back into the swing of it. But I thought, I'm going to talk with you guys and tell you some of the stuff that's happening. Okay, the next color I'm going to use is this, 3808, and this is in my Craft Mate. So I will just pour this out and get ready to do this one. And you're seeing this upside down, of course, which you can see. And that's why I love these, because I've got a legend over here that is right side up, even though I'm looking at it upside down. And it helps me to find the symbol I want without flipping it around. I can see the number and all that good stuff. Okay, let me try to get everything going here. All this is done. It's so shiny and pretty. They do use resin drills. Just gorgeous. Okay, so I lost my sweet baby ginger. I've been dealing with hand pain like you wouldn't believe. And I have had this... I'm going to ask some of you guys who may know this, if you have carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, I have gone to the doctor with this, to a surgeon, 2 different times in the last several years, because this hand pain comes and goes. And I went, and he thought for sure, he said, it's carpal tunnel syndrome. And I went to a neurologist, and they did the carpal tunnel test. I've had it done twice. And that's when they stick like needles in you, and they do shocks. And your hand or muscles react in a certain way if you have carpal tunnel. The test came back negative. I did not have carpal tunnel. But the surgeon, he said, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And he wanted to go ahead and operate. But I don't, you know, if you're like me, I am not going to have surgery done just for the heck of it. There better be a good reason for having it. Because all I could think about is, what if it's not, and he goes in there and he messes my hand up and I can't use it at all. So anyway, I didn't do it. Hand pain came back. I went back again, had the test run again. It still showed negative. Have any of you ever had hand pain? It's in this area, and if you hold your hand in one position for too long, the pain starts getting so bad, and you get to where you can't unscrew jars, because the pain is horrible. So this, I can't recommend this enough. I got this on Amazon. And it holds my thumb like that, and it keeps it from moving. So when I'm diamond painting, it keeps my hand in one position, and then I don't have to worry about it moving into a position that's going to hurt. So I may just go ahead and wear it just to, so I don't have to think about keeping my hand held in a certain way. But the pain gets really bad. Now, if you have had carpal tunnel and had the surgery, did you have any pain in that area? I don't have any, like, tingling in my fingers and that type of thing, or numbness. So everything I've read shows that is part of the carpal tunnel. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. But if I can wear this and diamond paint, I can't crochet because this has Velcro on it. So there's no getting around that. Your yarn sticks all to it. So that's been another thing that's been holding me back from doing as much as I want. Another is my husband's cousin passed away from pancreatic cancer. The funeral was not this past weekend. No, wait a minute. It was this past weekend. Oh my gosh, the days are running into each other. It was either this past weekend or the weekend before. Yeah, it was this past weekend, but he passed away the Friday before is what it was. And he was only 53. We have not been real close. I don't know about you, but I'm not close to cousins that much because they don't live close to me. But we had no idea he even had cancer. So it was a shock. Just a shock. And my husband had grown up with him when he was young. He was a lot younger than we are. So it was very sad. And my sister's first husband passed away at 45 from pancreatic cancer. So that brought back some really bad memories because I went and helped my sister as much as I could. I took off some time from school. And so that was another thing that's happened. This month of February. January was when I had the extreme hand pain. December was when I lost my pup. But I'm still getting over that. That takes time, as all of you know, who have animals and have lost any of them. You still think you see them or hear them. Then with my hand, and then my husband's cousin passed away. And I don't know how many of you have been keeping up with the news. I'm in Texas, and I am actually in Livingston, Texas, and if you've been watching the news or whatever, you've heard about our sweet little Audrey Cunningham. She's 11 years old. In fact, she just turned 11 on February the 5th this year. She went missing on February 15th, the day after Thanksgiving Day. She was supposed to have been taken to the bus stop by this creep of a guy who, he had several criminal charges against him. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of that. There's a lot you can watch about Audrey, and it's Audrii Cunningham. There are a lot of things on YouTube, on the news. They've been covering this all over. In fact, I was on a Facebook group for Audrey, trying to find, hoping that she was going to be brought back soon. Anyway, they found her backpack this past Sunday, I believe, on the lake. We have Lake Livingston is a huge lake, and the Trinity River runs into Lake Livingston, and then there's a dam, and that lets water back into the Trinity River. This is a man-made lake that's been here for many years. Anyway, her backpack was found by the dam on the Trinity River, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so the river has been high. So they had almost all of the gates open on the dam, so it was just flowing into the Trinity River, and so that was causing lots of current. So when they saw her backpack, and if you saw this guy's picture, he scared me just looking at his picture. I just can't imagine how this little girl felt. But he was good friends with her dad and grandma and lived in a trailer right behind their house. So he was supposedly a good family friend. Oh, the whole thing makes me so mad because I know a lot more than what I'm telling you, but I don't want to spend all the time talking about that because Audrey's the one that is the important one. She was in 5th grade here in Livingston at Creekside Elementary. On the 15th, that was this past Sunday, no, 15th is the day she went missing. But this past Sunday, which was the 18th, because my birthday was Monday the 19th. Anyway, on Sunday the 18th, they were spending a lot of time at one of the bridges that is on the Trinity River. And my husband has fished in that area many times. I've been down in there. I mean, we all know where this place is. If you live in Livingston, you know where all the places they're talking about are. And they found, they were spending a lot of time in that area. EquiSearch was here. We had FBI. We had all sorts of law enforcement out here. They spent time looking, couldn't find anything. Monday they were looking. That was on my birthday, and I was praying that they would find her safe and sound somewhere. She still wasn't found on Monday. Tuesday is when we got the news that her body was found in the Trinity River. This POS had tied her to a rock in the river to keep her body from floating up. And they said they had those sonars on the boats, and they thought they could see a body, but it kept moving. That's what they were doing on Sunday. And he said, the head of the EquiSearch, Tom Miller or Ted Miller, I can't remember, but he had lost a daughter, kidnapped and was killed, and he started this EquiSearch many years ago. And he's been doing this a long time, and he just knew that he had seen a leg, and he could see other things that look like a body, but they kept moving. So they asked the Trinity River Authority to close the gates on the lake so that the river would come down. And when the river went down is when they found her body, because he had tied her to a rock so she wouldn't float to the top and be found. Now, in a lot of ways this was great, because if she hadn't been tied to a rock, she could have been, as they were saying, 90 miles down the Trinity River. I don't know if you guys can hear there's some people living back behind our woods that are out there shooting all the time. I don't know if they're shooting a pistol, a gun, a rifle, or what. But this happens every single day. I don't know what's going on over there, but it freaks me out. Sorry for interrupting what I was saying. Anyway, they found her body. They sent her to the medical examiner in Harris County, which is in Houston, and they did an autopsy. And her cause of death was found to be blunt force trauma to the head. So that creep must have beat her in the head. We don't know all of it yet. We haven't gotten all the information. It just, when I think about that beautiful girl, she was just precious. Let me pull up a picture. Just a beautiful little girl. She just turned 11 on February the 5th. Okay, here we go. Let's see. You might hear that shooting now when I'm not talking as much. Okay. Trying to find her picture. They've been posting so many things. I'm in a group called Justice for Audrey Cunningham, and they keep putting more information about her. Ugh. Here's a picture someone has done of her with a halo. This just breaks my heart. And the school district has come up with a scholarship in her memory. And she's precious. Everyone said how happy she was and just brightened the room up with her smile. Just a sweet, sweet little girl. It just makes me sick. No, that's not what I'm looking for. So, anyway, they also said they found her pants in the same area where they found the body. Kind of to the, it was on the shore. But they were wet, so I guess they might have been in the water before they lowered the river. But here's a freaking... Sorry, my camera cut off on me when I was showing his picture, but does that not give you nightmares looking at that? That big old swastika over here. Oh, I can't look at that. Just nasty, nasty, nasty person. Just pitiful. Anyway, that is who she spent her last moments with. And I know she's in heaven with God, and she's being loved and held. And she's not remembering any of that anymore. It's sad. So sad she went through that. So many people think that there were a lot of people that didn't have her care in mind. Oh. But yeah, I have been looking on pretty much day and night on that case, and my husband could tell it was really taking a toll on me. He said, I know that's depressing to see that. I mean, I taught school for 34 years, and I got to thinking about how that's going to not only affect family, but those students in the classroom who will never see their friend again. She's never coming back. So, it's just sad. It's really sad. So, have any of you heard about the case? I've kind of gone through it very briefly. They have a lot of evidence from what I understand. They used the ping on the cell towers, and they also use location on his phone. People had seen him, he went to buy something for his car, and he went to a mechanic shop. He was seen covered in mud. So, yeah. Just disgusting. But Audrey's the one that we want to focus on. They said her favorite color was purple, so they're wanting to do something in remembrance of her in purple for the town or at the school or somewhere. So she will never be forgotten, and we as parents need to be so careful who we let our kids around. So very careful. And most people are. Just looking at that dude would have given me the heebie-jeebies. Whew. And that's what a lot of people were saying when they saw his pictures. Just like, oh. And he had a lot of... In fact, they had arrested him on... well, the only reason they knew she was missing Thursday, she supposedly had gotten on the bus. Nobody knew any difference except for creep. Anyway, come to find out, she never got on the bus because he took off with her. We don't know the whole story. We don't know what happened. But they said that the father was informed. The school district will send emails and text messages to the parent to let them know their child was not in class. Well, he had gotten this at 1 o'clock on Thursday. And from what everything we've heard, they did not call. They called the bus barn. Like when she didn't get off the bus, about 4:30. I'm not really sure the exact time. But he had been given a text message. What is up with that? So then they waited till about 6 to call the police. And that's when it's dark. You know, it's getting dark by then, so they couldn't really do anything. So they questioned the dude that night for several hours. He said he had nothing to do with it. He's, you know, friends with the family, and they're so close. I mean, you can see pictures of them going on family trips together. There he is with the grandmother and Audrey and some other people going to Florida or somewhere. The whole thing is disgusting. But that is the reason they didn't get an early start on this. They didn't bother calling the police. So the investigation didn't really get a good start until Friday. They let the creep go because they couldn't hold him, but they had a he had a charge against him. He had committed an assault on someone back in August, I believe, and stabbed them with a knife. So that's how they were able to put him in jail and keep him there, because they were afraid he was going to take off. And people had seen where he was trying to sell his Suburban. A 2003 Suburban was what he was driving. And they saw he was trying to sell other items. And the only thing they could figure out the reason he would do that is try to get money so he could leave this area. And I guess he thought he'd never be found. But it didn't happen. Thank God. Thank the Lord. They had that arrest warrant for him. But you know what? Another thing that really, really makes me mad is that they had an arrest warrant, but he wasn't arrested. Audrey would probably still be here today if he had been in jail like he was supposed to be. Oh, it's just so frustrating. And the people in our town are just really upset. And I'm not sure where they're going to try this case. Usually they try that in the county where the incident happened. They're going to have a very, very difficult time finding an impartial jury here. I mean, there are a lot of people that want to do him harm, like right now. So I don't know what's going to happen with the case as things go on. I'll let you know if you're interested. I just hope that I don't get a jury summons in the next, you know, when that's coming up. Of course, they may fight to have it somewhere else. But if you know more about those kinds of things than I do, I'm not really sure where else they could have it. I mean, he was living here. Crime happened here. We're in a town with a little over 5,000 people. So I can promise you, pretty much everybody has heard the case, knows about it, and have formed opinions. So I don't know. I do not know, because I know that our district attorney is the one that's going to be getting all the things together. So we shall see. Tell me if you have heard this case and what you've heard. Have you heard anything different than I have? These are things that I have been seeing on some Facebook groups and watching different, for a while they were coming on every day, and the sheriff or one of the other law enforcement people would get on there and make updates on the day. And yes, that's right. Jerry's cousin was being buried on Saturday, because I remember now. His cousin had been a member of the Onalaska Police Department, and then he was in the fire department. And the sheriff was actually at his funeral and had gotten up to speak. So Jerry did tell me, that's my husband Jerry, he did tell me that, so it was on that day, that Saturday, it was this past weekend that he was buried. Boy, things are so jumbled up in my mind right now. So much has happened, and just really has been mind-boggling. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm going to get back into a routine of doing videos. I do have some exciting things coming, sneak peeks coming from Bella Arts, Bella Art Diamonds, and I'll put a link to Bella Art Nicole, because you can find all of their trays and these funnels. They've got all different kinds, and all of the diamond paintings. If you're interested in this one, I love it. Absolutely love this. It's so easy to work on. As you can see, I'm not struggling in the least to put drills down, except when I put this one on upside down, because I'm not paying attention. It does feel better wearing this glove usually when I'm doing my diamond painting. When my hand's in this situation, keeps it nice, and my thumb nice and straight, so don't straining in that area. But yeah, go check them out. Are there any things that you would like me to show you? I've had lots of people watching a lot of my older videos. I've done several tutorials, because I've been doing diamond painting since 2017. So you might see something there. I've also shown some things about crochet. And if there's something you're interested in me talking about or showing, let me know. Because if I can't find it, I will look and try to figure it out for you. Definitely. But I've been talking to you and blabbering here, but there was so much to say, and I'm not even sure. When I get in this room, okay, I'm sitting in here talking to myself, right? And sometimes I'm not sure if I have repeated myself or if I've skipped over something. Sometimes I'll listen back just to make sure that everything recorded like it needed to. And I'll think, oh my gosh, I forgot to even go back and mention that. So if you notice I do that, just say, hey, could you bring up such and such, because you skipped it in your video. That's easy to do. At least for me. I just wanted to hop on here, though, and talk to you guys and let you know I'm still around. I've just been having a lot of very strange issues going on. I mean, just things that have really been hard for me to be of the right mind to get on here and do a video. And I know you can understand that when you have losses, when you're having pain, physical pain and that sort of thing. Sometimes it's kind of hard. But, you know, I've lost my pup, got the hand pain, my husband lost his cousin, and we've had this tragedy with Audrey here in our town. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. You know, I would see on news, you'd see about how a child is lost and they're looking for them. You don't think it's ever going to happen anywhere around you. I hope and pray it never happens to any of us personally. But this was about as personal as I guess it could get. But you guys, I'm going to leave you here for now. I love you. God bless you. Just stay chill. Things are going to get better, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Please leave comments below. That really makes me want to do more videos, okay? Love you guys. If you want to give me a like, please do it, or subscribe. Take care. God bless you. I love you. Bye.